This is World of Tanks Xbox 360 edition with the NowhereBird. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm coming at you today with a couple of games in the T-44, the Tier 8 Soviet medium tank. I finally made my way through the T-43 and picked it up. A while back, actually. A while back. It's been taking me a while to throw a video game of the action in this tank up. But here we are on, what is this, Corellia, Kamaran, whatever this goofy thing is. And we have to assault. Started out behind the mountain, and just due to where I spawned, I'm going to go try to take the plateau. Basically, as far as I'm concerned, the plateau's in the southwest corner and the northeast corner. You got to hold those no matter whatever team you're on. If you're on defense, you got to push up to those places and hold them. Or if you're on offense, you got to push up and take them at a bare minimum. Generally, that's what you're going to do. But it's nice to see these guys actually tried to get some firepower up front. And I'm glad some teammates actually came with me on this side, because that's not a given. Really not a given at all. I thought we have a huge contingent over here, but at least there's people. There's people with me. I'm not alone. And I streak across the top of the plateau here, dodging shots like a boss. Wish I could tell you that was all planned, but you know, sometimes it works out that way. Looking at what is it, a jumbo and an AT-15 here? Nope, Easy 8. Easy 8, AT-15. Really not too worried about the Easy 8 getting lots of damage, or the light tank, or the 3601H, but that AT-15 is another story. It really is. So we're going to try to move around here. Kind of got crowded where we were at, so I come around to the side like a good medium should, because you're not supposed to go toe-to-toe, you crazy people. And I start trying to put whatever damage I can into his sides, his turret, you know. As long as he's looking at somebody else, that's good for the NowhereBird. Try to peek around the corner and see if I can get a glimpse of this 3601H, but he's just behind that hill and not quite ready to run down there yet. Bounce a shot off the top of the commander's hatch on the AT-15. Go for the other hatch, bounce that one, and then we'll go back to the commander's hatch. I know we can get solid shots on that if we can just get it nice and straight. Backing up, I go for a track shot and miss. What a muff. Go for a shot up top again. Nail it. He's gone. We took care of him. Awesome. And the Easy 8's the next to go. he just wasn't going to be lasting very long. Got a bad angle bounce off the turret of that dick, but don't make the same mistake. And yeah, he winds up disappearing here. Next on top is the M6. And M6 can do some decent damage, but also has a, I don't know, somewhat high rate of fire. Well, I wasn't too worried about it. Come in for the ram, and I was into that. I got lots of backup. Look at all these tanks that managed to come over on this side. That's all. Feels awesome anyway. The other side is still managing to do pretty well too, despite being somewhat short-handed. I think almost all the tanks that have died have been on that side, maybe. Little shot into the Jagdpanzer. But looks like most of the tanks are over on that other side right now. We've whatever opposition was on this side has been dealt with, I guess. Across the middle to hopefully pick up some spots. Quick look-see, and then we'll push up some more here. Not really interested in capping. T-44 went down. This T-32, he did a great job too. I think he wound up being on top of things. We'll start making our way over here to support what's left of that side. Looks like it's just the T-32 that's left. Don't see a whole lot, so we'll push up. Yeah, they are going up that little crease in the land there. And the T-32 is doing a pretty good job of holding his own. He's looks like he's mostly bouncing and then damaging that other medium tank in return. Bounce. Medium tank. May get another bounce in. Nope, he actually hit the T-32, so I'm sure the T-32 would appreciate some help. I'll come up here and take the shot as we're around the corner, but, you know. Get it while it lasts, Cheeto. Then we'll push up and try to help this T-32, who really doesn't seem to need a whole lot of help, to be honest. Just wrapping things up, basically. And the T-32 gets jolly gyrin.
Victory is ours.
There we go. Not too shabby. Looking at 2904 experience times 2, so almost 2 grand, but we had some missions in there that raised that number up significantly, so we wound up with 1,000 base experience, 1,100 almost, 1,600 damage. And that's what you should be trying to do in this tank, is trying to, you know, fight the lower end guys and flanking the high top guys, the high damage, high armor, high tier guys. So that's what I tried to do, and it worked out not half bad. Alright, I'll bring another game in here, guys. Hang on. Alrighty, here we are in our second match, and this time it's Westfield Assault. Lots of assault going on these days. This isn't a bad map. I actually like Westfield Assault. I don't know about other people, but I do. Looks like we're defending.
Let's go.
Kind of spawn in the middle, and just being one of the scouters on the team, I'm gonna go up and start getting some scouting done. There's a lot of people who say, you know, just sit back and wait for him to come up, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Not a big fan at all, gotta say. So here's where I'm gonna run. There's this little, I don't know, kind of delve in the hillside leading down, some kind of wash. There is actually, in this position, there's all kinds of concealment and cover around here. If you got a tank, you know, that's fast enough to take advantage of it. So here we are. Loving it. Loving it. Not a whole lot that we're seeing, so they're not pushing over anyway real fast. Don't seem to be pushing down in the valley real fast. That's a gambit that you have to be aware that might take place.
Enemy exposed.
Don't want to manage to spot a tiger out on the middle of the bridge, and oh, he thought it might be a good idea to sneak over, and that's not happening. Got a mutant 6 over there. A new premium tank. It's kind of interesting. And we wind up spotting a T-150 over there too. Awesome. And we're definitely going to shoot that over the mutant 6 because only got 144 millimeters of penetration or so. So we'll try to put it where it's best used. here and put a quick shot into the corner slash side of it. He spots me up, but too late. That T-150 over there again. And a tank destroyer. And a couple tank destroyers, actually. Now we got an AT-15 coming out. That's no good.
Enemy destroyed.
That can be a brutal opponent for sure. Doo-doo-doo. You know, there are two artillery on the other team, so we kind of gotta, you know, once we wind up getting detected, you kind of gotta keep moving, especially if you start feeling that hard detect. So we'll kind of push up here and see what's what. Looks like that Mutant 6 ran back down the hill. Either getting hammered or something else, I don't know. Oh, now we got a J Panther 2 running across. Take a shot and just muff it behind him. Just barely didn't account for his speed in the distance shell travel. But he manages to stop at the bottom, and that's the only reason we hit him there and get a shot in his ammo rack. Otherwise, it probably would have been behind him again if he'd kept going. Trying to keep on the move. Make sure Artie has a better target out there than us to look at, and we'll pop up on this AT-15 here. Throw a kind of a reckless shot in the side. Sometimes that you can penetrate that, but I think I guess I need a little bit more than 144 millimeters of penetration. Hatch shot might have worked, but the engine deck works just fine. Nothing wrong with the engine deck. And there's people aiming at us. We sit out there, and it's probably a little bit longer than we should have. So we back the hell out of there, and you can see that nobody can see me, but I'm still detected. That means Artie's looking right at you. And there's the shot. So, you know, we did sit and look at that Artie for quite a long while, and that could have been that could have wound up being a whole lot worse than it was. Come across up here to help out the middle and narrowly avoid ramming some random T-20 who came blazing across. Gotta throw a shot at the tank destroyer across there, but yeah, that was low probability and it didn't hit. I see Artie calling out that they're targeting this guy, so I'm gonna go help out. It's funny that he's targeting that particular guy just because the shots in town can be just tough. Tough to land with all the cover there. We move in, we get detected, but we got this guy in a panic. He did not expect T-44 to come looking for him. And Artie somehow lands a shot on him. That's awesome. Nice. You see a medium's in trouble with that Foch down there that we were shooting at earlier, or French tank destroyer, whatever it is. Probably not a Foch, but. So we're gonna go down and try to help this guy out, but Foch gets him just a second before we get there. Peek over the edge, grab him in the side, and all I can say is sorry, buddy. Wish we could have got there just a second sooner. I do like trying to save teammates when I can. You never know when theirs is going to be one of the shells that saves your life later on. Looks like they've spotted the other tanks that aren't artillery over there, so I'm going to try to go help out. Could go looking for artillery, but I don't know, it's not really a big concern for me right now. I'd rather get the tanks that are spotting for them and take them out of the equation. That way the artillery have no eyes and they're just targets. Of course, you run the risk of just getting one-shotted by them too while you're taking out their buddies. So, well. That's life for you. We got a IS-3 looking, or KV-1S looking over there, and we slap a shot into him. And we hightail it because we're probably one of the only guys that that artillery can see. So we try some evasive maneuvers. That GW Panther still manages to tag us for a good third of our life at least. Brutal. But now this guy's got no eyes. So we go turn to goose some art. Someone calls attention out to that opposite ridge over there. Probably been shot by the arty is my guess and know exactly where those shots are coming from. Oh. Spot our first artillery. Throw a shot, but he just manages to pull forward again. So continuing to back up. But we don't miss again, but we're not going to get another shot on that guy. Pull forward again. There's the other artillery. He's decided to YOLO. Blast a shot just right in front of him, I guess. And next shot doesn't do much better. Probably went a little bit high on that one, and not gonna get a third chance on this guy. He's gone. So there you go. Not a bad game. Not a bad game. Wind up getting some, what looks like good points here, but there's like hurting heavies. There's some operation bonuses to XP that were involved in that, but it'll still end up being pretty good. 1100. Got to be 1,000 plus, at least. Got the Confederate medal. Awesome. Go Confederacy. Alright, we'll take a quick look at the score here. 2100 spotting, 2000 damage, 2 kills, 1300 base experience points. Not too bad. Alright on guys, thanks for joining me, and rip it up out there. We'll see you next time.